points. If you are the second fastest qualifier, you will earn 80. Third place gets 70, 60, 50, and on down from there. So it is worth fighting for. Dave Villwock will be the first boat away from the dock. The 440 is not going to come out during this qualification session. They are out of it as far as the qualifying is concerned. So we defer to the second boat on the list. It is the U40, the Beacon Plumbing, with Dave Villwock. I am in a position now where I can report officially that the 1 liter incident we had a little bit ago did involve the boat Y52 and Sean Bauscher. We will await for official word on his condition, but we at least have a positive ID on the boat and driver, Sean Bauscher. We have further been told that Sean himself is sitting up. We will take that as good news, but it's what we are told. We will not expand on it any further. Dave Villwock goes down the front straightaway. So when you come out of the pit area here for H1 Unlimited qualifying, you come out of the pit, you go down the front straightaway, you get a green flag. You are then on the clock. So Dave Villwock, coming off the lower end of the race course, is our first qualifier here, or attempted qualifier here, and he is blistering up the backstretch here. Sean, you're giving me thumbs up. Are you okay, my friend? He's got 2 thumbs up from Sean Bauscher. Best news of the weekend so far. Sean, thank you very much. He is okay walking back through the pit area. That's a better sight than Dave Villwock ripping through the top end of the race course, and it's not even close. Great news. Sean Bauscher, 1 lap in the books for Dave Villwock. He is our first qualifier. The qualifying attempt is 3 laps. They will take your fastest lap as your qualifying time. That one, I can assure you, as it must be, has to be north of 130 miles an hour. It was indeed that fast. First lap for Dave Villwock, 164.317 miles an hour. And there is our fastest lap turn so far today. It's been turned in qualifying. Villwock has got a rocket ship under him. He is flying down the backstretch. First lap at $1:64. He's to the entrance pin, to the top end of the race cars. Oh my goodness. The driver who has won this race 9 times just woke up everybody in Southern California with a lap north of 164. Down the front straightaway, he will come down and put a second lap in the book. Is it faster, slower? Where is it? We will have it as we monitor the official radio. Dave Villwock driving a U40. The Beacon Plumbing backed it off quite a bit on that one. 157.842. 157.842 miles an hour. I think he likes that 164. You don't want to push it too hard and pick up a fuel flow violation or an N2 violation, because it would wipe out the entire qualification run. Sometimes you'll see a quick lap followed by a couple of slow ones for that very reason. But Dave still got his foot in it as he reaches the entrance pin here of turn 2, the SeaWorld turn. He will come off the corner. The boat compressor stalls just a little bit. He will come off the corner and come down, pick up a checkered flag, and this qualification effort will be put in the books. He has grabbed everybody's attention. Dave Villwock, 3 up and 3 down. We'll get a speed on lap number 3 as Dave pulls his foot. 155.798.
Brad, I've got Sean here. No, Sean, you gave the 2 thumbs up to Brad when you saying you're okay, but the Race Rescue gave you an 8 out of 10. Can you tell all of our fans what exactly happened coming out of turn 1?
Well, I got a crappy start. I was coming up around the turn, and it was a little bit of an ocean out there. I had the wing up, flying through the turn, and I was just getting ready to straighten the boat out and come up the front stretch, and the back stretch, and either caught a gust of wind or I had the wing in the wrong position, and the boat just went for a ride.
Well, you haven't seen the damage on the boat, but I'm looking at it earlier. It doesn't look too bad. You might be able to get it back out on the water, you think, maybe tomorrow?
We'll see what the engine did. Hopefully the engine didn't hurt. No structural damage. So, yeah, I'll be back in the water tomorrow.
Now that's spoken by a true boat racer right there. He says, you know what, I'm going to be back out on the water first thing tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that'd be a great time to test. Get the water dried out, get the dry out of me. I was under the water for a second there. Kind of worried me for a split second, but we got out. Swallowed a little bit of water. The salt water tastes real good, by the way. But no, we'll get the boat back in. We'll get her tore down, see what's wrong with it, and try to be ready for tomorrow morning. All
right, well, we're looking forward to it. Glad you were doing okay. We'll hopefully going to see you back out on the water tomorrow morning. So Brad Luce says, hey, congratulations, Sean. You're doing well. Brad, bring it back up to you. What's our next boat coming out on the water?
I do believe our next boat should be the 11. Yes, should be Jamie Nielsen in the 11. Now, we've got to make sure our fans understand exactly what's just happened here. Dave Villwock has gone out and laid down a lap north of 164 miles an hour, but the boat must go through tech inspection. They have to check the RPM of the output shaft of the motor. That's called the N2. They also have to check the fuel flow of the boat. But Kay Brewer, he just sent a message up and down the pit area. That boat is fast.
Well, it's the boat, it's the driver, it's the crew. It's a combination of all of that. Plus, as we've said it before, it's seat time. And that gentleman getting out of that Beacon Plumbing has got a lot of experience and a lot of seat time behind him. So we're going to be looking forward to seeing Dave as he makes it back out on the course. But to our fans here at San Diego, we're going to watch that beautiful J&Ds make it out onto the course.
Yep, the J&Ds is away. Dave Villwock just caught the line off the dock and talked to that team, talked to that crew yesterday. They had some new parts and pieces to throw at the race course. Early indicator, those look pretty positive.
I like that idea. That boat, Brad, just looks so pretty as it goes down the front stretch. And Jamie behind the wheel started his career in outboard racing, moved his way up into the Unlimiteds. And, it's been a lot of work, but he has proven to himself why he deserves to be in the seat of that U11 J&Ds.
Well, he's down at the bottom end of the race course right now. Big wall of water off that skid fin. We'll see what kind of a line. Jamie wants a nice corner. Jamie comes out about lane number 2. Jamie will come up the backstretch on this lap number 1. Look at Jamie fly the boat, picking up the right side sponge and just having it dance on the top of the water. Nielsen, top end of the race course. U11 J&Ds, owned by Scott and Shannon Rainey. Brand new facility for that boat. Brand new home port in Cle Elum, Washington. In central Washington. It is an absolutely gorgeous location that they call home. Don't know if it compares to this. Entirely different, but it is a beautiful location that they have found in the central part of the state of Washington. First lap is in the books, 149.112, 149.112 miles an hour. Jamie Nielsen on lap number 1. Slides out just a little bit wider on this particular corner coming up the backstretch. We get a great view up here atop the tower of the line. The guys want to take through that lower corner. When they come off that exit pin down there, they basically are running right at us. They're coming right in our lap. Jamie Nielsen sets it up, hangs the boat on the hook, as we call it. That's when he starts to turn it left, and that big skid fin on the left side on the trailing edge of that left sponson digs in and puts that big wall of water up in the air. Jamie will come down and put 2 in the book. First lap at 149. Was he able to move this north of 150 miles an hour? Monitoring the radio, we'll have it here shortly. He has improved. He's come up at least 2 miles an hour. 151.423, 151.423 miles an hour. Pretty much the same line through the lower corner this time. Radio man to Jamie Nielsen is boat owner Scott Rainey, as he watches his driver. And Scott and Shannon and that crew have put their heart and soul into this boat. The former T4 Miss Budweiser. And it is running beautifully. Light on the sponson. That time I like his line up the backstretch at the entrance pin to this corner. I think it was better. He had a problem, I thought, right there when he came off of turn 2 on lap number 2. I think he's cleaner this time. Can he bump it up a little bit? Last lap, 151.4. What's Jamie got for us this time as he has completed lap number 3? Still awaiting the time to come through. We'll have it as soon as it gets stated on the radio. And so far, we do not have a time on the third lap. But my two scribes up here are now writing feverishly. So I'm thinking we have something here. It's better yet. 152.142 miles an hour. 152.142 miles an hour. Jamie Nielsen will be our second qualifier for the 2021 HomeStreet Bank San Diego Bayfair. Congratulations, Jamie Nielsen and the U11 racing team, the J&Ds. Now, I want to go back to Dave Villwock's lap at 164.317. We were talking about course records earlier today, and we separate those records between non-restricted, non-fuel restricted records and those since fuel restrictions in 2009. The qualification lap record for fuel restricted attempts here on San Diego Bayfair Bill Munsey Racecourse. The course record here, fuel restricted, 164.759. Dave's lap, 164.317. Just 0.4 of a mile an hour less. However, there's a silver lining. The course record is held by Dave Villwock from 2011. He would have been knocking down his own record, but I think he would have liked to have had it. I can tell you for sure Kelly Stockland would have liked to. Good run for Dave Villwock. The boat is in tech inspection now where the black box is, and Jamie Nielsen is back to the dock. Next up on our qualifying ladder, I believe, is Cory Peabody. Should be Cory Peabody, then J. Michael Kelly, and then Jimmy Shane. The line is off the nose of the 9. They spool up the turbine. We can see the propeller turning from right here, looking down on that beautiful black, silver, and red Pinnacle Peak Construction. Away from the dock, Cory Peabody. It's kind of interesting to watch these drivers line as they come out of the pit area, because when they cross start finish line, they are on the clock. So here comes Cory. He goes way to the right before he starts to bend it to the left, as he's doing now. And I think he wants to get a good long run at that start finish line, at least the best he can. He enters the race course right now. He is accelerating the boat down the front straightaway. Cory Peabody about to get put on the clock in the U9. Pinnacle Peak Consulting.
Well, Brad, as we take our eyes on the water, I'm going to give you an interview with a very, very important person. I am standing here with Mr. Darrell Strong. As you look out onto the course, you're not looking at any average boat out there. This is your boat. You are the owner. This is your first season. You've been watching hydroplane racing for quite a while over in the Tri-Cities area, and now you decide to go out and buy a boat. Tell me, as an owner, how you feel every time you hear that boat, the turbine spin up, the boat leave the dock.
I can't believe it. Yeah, it's cool. And then you're worried that something will break, but then you're happy and you're excited. Usually by the time it leaves the dock, I'm already down somewhere else by the radio guys, so I can see it better.
Well, as an owner, tell me how, and tell our fans, how do you choose your drivers? You've picked two very good drivers. How do you pick a driver out of all of these drivers that are out here, all these crew members? A lot of them have a lot of experience with these hydroplanes, but how do you pick a driver?
Well, we hired Cory before we had a boat, and we were going to use him with whatever boat we sponsored. and then we ended up buying some boats. And Cory was so instrumental in how we put the team together and our philosophies and everything. And then the fact that Cory and J. Michael were such good friends kind of paired them together.
Well, you not only own one boat that's out here on the course, you also have another boat right here ready to take out onto the course. So I don't think I've ever heard of this. Brad will probably correct me, but I have never heard of a boat owner coming into the sport and right off the bat buying two boats. I've heard of them buying one boat and then buying another one, but you went in just full force head into the sport and decided to buy two boats.
Yeah, not even sure how that happened.
Well, tell us a little bit about the shop. I was lucky enough a couple weeks to go down to visit your shop. You know, these boats are huge. They're 30 feet long, so you have to have a fairly big shop, but you have a huge shop. Tell us the size of your shop and explain to us a little bit what goes on inside the shop.
It's about 14,000 square feet, and my stipulation, I want it to look like a racing shop. If I bring a potential sponsor in there, I want it to look like our theories about racing, and so what goes on there is I feel like it's just a great place for the people to come, bring their family. We have a loft area for the kids. We have an entertaining place. We just try to do a lot of things. We have 2 refrigerators stocked with a lot of beer, and so we have a great crew that likes to go there, and so we get a lot of volunteer hours just because they want to come to the shop.
Exactly. Okay, well, we're going to put our eyes back out on the water for your driver, Cory Peabody, as he's out on the course. Brad Luce, give us some times and give us some speeds. How is he doing out there?
Cory Peabody in lap number 1 turned a 149 and change. Lap number 2, he stepped it up a little bit, 151 and change. His fast lap was the 3rd one, which he just completed. He's now coming off the lower end of the race course, having just completed his 3rd lap at 153.967. So basically 154, but it's 153.967 miles per hour. Cory Peabody, top end of the race course. Cory's coming off the race course at a pretty high rate of speed here. Wasn't sure exactly what he was doing, but he's backed off of it now. And he will come back to the pit area and yield to his teammate, the U8, and J. Michael Kelly. Out on the race course, we have now our National High Points driver leader, J. Michael Kelly, aboard the U8, the Miss Tri-Cities. You heard Kay Brewer. talking to Daryl Strong, boat owner. As Mike comes off the lower end of the course, he is on the clock. We'll see what kind of a time we can get from the young man. This is a very, very fast race boat. You heard Jean Theoret say this morning, it's very light on its feet. It likes this big race course. And boy, you can just see him, Kay, slam that thing to the left when he gets to that entrance pin of the corner.
That's a J. Michael Kelly move right there. You know, watching him, whether it be here in an unlimited hydroplane, in a 1 liter class, in an outboard class, that guy drives every boat to the extreme. And you know, I just love watching J. Michael Kelly. You and I have been there. When he races at Detroit, when he goes into the Rooster Tail turn, he has nothing on the water but maybe about an inch of that fin.
Yeah, he doesn't have a whole lot. Kay, I got good news.
Really?
The 164 mile an hour lap that Dave Villwock turned has cleared tech inspection. That is his qualifying time. Congratulations to Dave Villwock, Kelly Stockland, that entire race team, Taylor Evans. 164. They're our top qualifier right now, and they have cleared tech inspection. Great job.
That is exactly what that team needed to hear. Unfortunately, Kelly Stockland, you saw it earlier, when under power. He broke a gearbox out for the weekend. So, unfortunately for Kelly, but fortunately for Dave Villwock, we're going to bring the peppiness back into that bucket list racing.
First lap for J. Michael Kelly was 152.583. Second lap going to be a tick faster, 153.108. Trust me, there's a lot left in this unlimited hydroplane. This boat has a history, very, very high speed. Mike out to about lane 3 here, coming right straight at us up the backstretch here on beautiful Mission Bay in San Diego, California. It is the 2021 HomeStreet Bank San Diego Bay. Look at him pick up that right sponson and put the air underneath the boat. You can't go fast unless you want to fly this thing. And he's doing a fine job of it. I'm sure our fans, Kay, I know you have seen it. Tate and Jared Meyer on the H1 Unlimited YouTube channel and on Facebook have posted that video questioning whether or not the perfect boat ride exists. And I'll tell you what, that right sponson on the front straightaway in the Tri-Cities was just hung in the air without touching.
Exactly. J. Michael Kelly sure does know how to float the boat and put a little bit too much air underneath that boat sometimes.
155.461. 155.461 fast lap for the U8, the Miss Tri-Cities. So, now everybody get ready. We've got a top qualifier, Dave Villwock, at 164.317 miles an hour. He has cleared tech inspection. Fast lap for the U11 was 152.142. They too have cleared the tech truck. That means there won't be any technical violations. Their 152 will stand. Our second fastest speed has been turned in by J. Michael Kelly at 155. Then it is Cory Peabody at 153. However, if we turn around, there is a powder blue hydroplane sitting in the water that is mighty, mighty fast. And that would be the Miss HomeStreet and Jimmy Shane.
Yeah, I talked to Jimmy Shane earlier, and he says, I'm going for that top qualifying speed. And Dave Villwock pretty much stepped the game up for him and gave him quite the challenge. So we're going to have to see if Jimmy can go out there and beat that 164. That's pretty fast out there in the water, but I've seen this HomeStreet boat, and it can move. The bigger course, like you said, will keep up the bigger speed.
Kay, the good news is I had a conversation this morning with Jean Theoret, and he was talking about the time he spent out on this race course and in that boat that J. Michael Kelly's coming back in. I see he's come up the stairs to talk to us again, but he brought ice cream, but he didn't bring any for us.
I don't know, Mr. Jean Theoret, we might have to close the border, and you won't be able to go back up to Canada until you bring me an ice cream. I like, let's see here, cookie dough. I would like some cookie dough or ice cream. He's not even listening to us.
No, he's not. He's just eating his ice cream and pretending like we're not even here. Jean, where's our ice cream?
It's right here. Look, I just took it out of his hands.
So you saw that 164 that your old pal Mr. Villwock turned out. That was pretty impressive.
I'm going to have to go back again to his head again.
But I want to show you something. He turned the lap. Where is it? 164.3. Fuel restricted record. 164.7. But the silver lining is he has that one too.
Dave Villwock has his name all across your sheet here with all kinds of braking records, speed records, winning. I mean, he's just, John Therrett, I think you need to get back into the boat and give him a challenge.
Well, I made the comment coming down here that this was the fuel restricted record there of 164. I made the comment that one's going to fall this weekend. Almost did. He's cleared tech, but again, that little powder blue boat is still sitting in the water down there, and they will get the opportunity to run a second time if they want. So all right, so the lid is down on Jimmy Shane and the U1, the Miss HomeStreet. The propeller begins to twirl up. He spools up and lights the candle on that T55 L7 Lycoming turbine engine. He's away from the dock. This is the HomeStreet Bank San Diego Bayfair. This is the Miss HomeStreet. Oh, would they love to win this one? And would he like to go out and set a message? Now look where he's going.
Yeah.
He's doing the same line again. They're going way out there wide so they can square it up and run down the start and finish line because they go on the clock as soon as they get down across start finish line now. They're trying to get a good long run at it, and Jimmy's got it wound up. Here we go. We watched this boat turn a lap at $1.66 in the Tri-Cities, but he fell to tech inspection that time. We'll see what happens. Lap 1 of 3 is underway. Jimmy is on the clock. Water conditions are outstanding right now.
I don't know, Brad. Did you watch that rooster tail as he went into the turn one? There was a lot of movement, and I have a feeling there is some air that's coming, a wind gust that keeps coming through on that first turn, and we're going to have to watch to see, Brad.
There is that channel down there. I can't say the name of the point of land, but there is a channel of air that comes through here. We have seen that cause trouble before, but Jimmy getting a good boat ride up the backstretch on the first of 3 times around in his qualification effort. Shane hangs it on the hook. Beautiful unlimited hydroplane through the SeaWorld turn, and just like that, Kay Brewer, its entrance pin, apex, exit, we're gone.
Yeah, he went into that turn, grabbed a huge handful of wheel and went for it. Like you said, he's got to beat 164.
We'll see what he gets on lap number 1. Monitoring the official radio. We'll have it here as soon as my scribes put it down. Bottom end of the race course. Watch his line out of the corner. Sliding out lane 1, naked lane 2. First lap, 162.695. He is sniffing it, Kay. He's sniffing it.
Well, keep in mind that they're getting those same numbers, so I'm sure radio personnel is keying into Jimmy saying, you know what, we need a couple more miles an hour and give it to us.
He's close. He's close. Top end of the race course. It's just amazing to me how fast he gets in and out of the corners here with this boat. Then it's all pure acceleration off that exit pin, and how fast can he get her down to the start-finish line. And this boat is magnificent. It has been magnificent since the day they christened it in 2018 in the Tri-Cities. Second lap is in the books, 163.342. Oh, he's close. He's really close. He needs 1 more mile an hour. He's a mile an hour short right now of Dave Villwock's 164.317. Remember, there are points on the line here, and Jimmy is trying to catch J. Michael Kelly in the National High Points Driver Championship. He could get some points on Mike right here. Watch him set the boat up, turn it hard to the left.
I don't know. He did look like he was getting a little flighty and had to let off on the throttle coming into turn number 2. So we're going to have to see what those times are. We'll see if he was able to get that 164.
He is sniffing the top qualifier position. We will have it here momentarily as his third and final lap is in the books. Just waiting for the scribes to put it down. It has been written down, and I'll tell you what, Kay Brewer, he's backed it off just a little bit, 162.834. So his fast lap, 163.342. Dave's lap is cleared tech at 164.317. I don't care how you cut it, that's moving. That is flat out moving. When you figure that is an average speed around this race course, and you watch them go into the corner and how much speed they scruff off when they turn that thing to the left. Man, oh man.
Yeah, that's incredible speed, but just remember, we'll be back here tomorrow. We're going to put multiple boats out here at the same time doing speeds of an average of 160 miles an hour. Now, Brad, to me, that's just crazy.
It is crazy. We would like to say the U9 has cleared tech inspection. So Cory Peabody's speed of 153.967 will stand. He's good. As we watch in the background, kind of a solemn little effort going on here, the recovery effort of Sean Boucher's 1 liter. It always takes quite a while to do that. They have to get the boat, roll them over very, very slowly. It came back upside down, and they are always full of water. And about 7 pounds a gallon, it gets a little heavy.
Well, we've got a couple of boats. Unfortunately, we had one upside down. We had one catch on fire. We have a blown gearbox. But, Brad, we still got a full fleet for tomorrow and for Sunday's racing. Day 1 in the books. 2 more days to go. I'm excited for this weekend.
I'm very excited for this weekend. I need to check a watch here. It's 4 o'clock. Now, normal circumstances, we should be able to run through that qualifying ladder one more time. We're not done. I must have something that upset her. Kay is off like a rocket down the stairs as Jimmy Shane comes slowly drifting back to the dock. So just doing some rapid calculating in my head here, and of course that leaves everything suspect at that point, but Jimmy Shane came into this event trailing J. Michael Kelly by 210 points in the Drivers' National High Points Championship. If the qualifying were to end right now, Jimmy Shane would garner 80 points. In qualifying, J. Michael Kelly would garner 70 points. When I went to school, that was 10 points difference, and the lead would now be down to 200, with still 1,600 more points on the table for the weekend. But I don't think we're done qualifying yet.
Well, Brad, we've got a busy afternoon still to come. I just ran down and talked to all of the crew chiefs. We still got a full fleet. Every one of them wants to come out and get higher speed than that Dave Villwock in the 164. He set the high precedent, but we're going to go out and go get him. Everybody is going back out on the course, so don't go far, fans. We got a lot more hot water going out there.
Yeah, the drama has not yet ended here with regards to qualification, so yes, do not go away. We have not yet seen the fastest lap of the weekend. It has not occurred. I fully believe that. And there's going to be still some hot laps to run. Kay Brewer, thank you very much. Running up and down the stairs. Next time, go up and down the stairs. Do it once for me. I could use a little aerobic. Aerobic help here.
I think I'm going to burn my Fitbit off. But you know what? Brad, this weather out here is perfect, but this morning we had clouds. This afternoon we had ideal conditions with the sun coming out and hardly any wind, but you can feel it right now. The wind is freshening. That's going to make a key factor as these drivers go back out on the course to try and beat that 164.
Additional points to expand. The San Diego Bayfair would like to thank Adventure KT. So we'll start with a question. Are you looking to rent a quality RV or camper van? Adventure KT is a full-service RV vacation and rental company with over 30 high-quality vehicles to choose from. Visit adventurekt.com for details. Think of your family. Have you and the rest of your families always wanted to hit the road in an RV? Again, Adventure KT rents new model RVs, camper vans, and trailers and has the highest customer service reviews in San Diego County. Visit adventurekt.com for details. And as it was just pointed out to me, if you rented one of those Adventure KT RVs, you could have it parked over on Fiesta Island for the best view of the San Diego Bayfair Racecourse. Bayfair would also like to give a great big thank you to HomeStreet Bank for this year's title sponsorship of the San Diego Bayfair. We think you look good in blue. Try on HomeStreet Bank today. Bayfair would also like to welcome HomeStreet Bank employees and friends who are enjoying the racing action today by the Bill Munsey Memorial. We extend a welcome to them as well. Welcome HomeStreet and all the employees who are up there. I was out there yesterday in that beautiful tent with a great view of the racecourse. We hope and are sure they are enjoying themselves. Thank you, HomeStreet Bank. The San Diego Bayfair would like to thank Davies Electric. Davies Electric is a proud supporter of the San Diego Bayfair, a family-owned business celebrating more than 70 years. Whether it's commercial or industrial, you can be sure the job will be done correctly. It is Davies Electric, and the San Diego Bayfair says thank you.
got 40 coming at you, and do we still have the water till 5:30, like you said earlier? No, we don't have the water till 5:30. Maybe you want to get your people off the water. They can have people on.
All right, qualification round 2. And again, we see Dave go way to the right there. And now he will square up the U40, the Beacon Plumbing. He will run it hard down start-finish line, trying to get some momentum up as he crosses the start-finish line to pick up a green flag to start the first of 3 qualification laps here on this beautiful 2.5-mile race course on Mission Bay in San Diego, California. Dave's first run produced a lap north of 164 miles an hour. He is on the course again and all the way down to the far end of the race course. Big wall of water up that left side skid fin. Watch what kind of a line Dave pulls out of that turn down there. Slides out to about lane 3 perhaps. It's the lane he's going to choose. Now he will pick it up and run it up the backstretch. He's running into a little bit of a breeze, and it's a cross breeze. He's got to be a little careful, but if anybody knows how to do it, it would be Dave. He's done it for many, many years. He's mastered it before. Dave Villwock, U40, Beacon Plumbing. Dave's getting a mighty solid boat ride coming up the backstretch. I was watching it closely, and on this salt water, it's very easy to see the line he took up the backstretch there as the line stays in the water. This brackish water here of Mission Bay, you can see exactly where he went before. We'll see what his line is this time relative to the previous lap, and it looks to be a very similar line as he comes off the corner, maybe sliding out a little bit wider this time. Going to give up a little bit of time doing that, but maybe he's able to carry some more speed through the corner. Like that, Dave is through the top end of the race course. First lap, 159 miles an hour, 159.724. See if Dave's able to pick it up, or if going a little wider down there in turn 1 had an impact on his overall time. Being written down just a tick slower, 159.546. 159.546. First one, 159.7. Dave up the backstretch here in the third and final time around the race course. Boy, the boat's solid. Really solid on the water. Yeah, Jean, I just made the comment that the boat looked really solid on the water. He looked really good coming up the backstretch.
Yeah, the boat is really riding smooth and calm, and it really looks like it's a good ride.
That guy does know something about setting up a race boat.
Absolutely, he's 67 years old. He's got a lot of experience underneath him, and he won a lot of races.
I never knew age was the key. Apparently so. All right, so Dave's got his third one in the book. Wow, you want to talk about consistency. First lap, 159.7. Second lap, 159.5. Third lap, 159.458. So the first one was the quickest at 159.7. Dave will take a cool off lap and come up the backstretch. Turn around and look behind me. There is nobody in the water, but we did get word that pretty much everybody would like to run again. Not sure what the schedule is with regards to a rerun of the 1 liter heat. Again, we're monitoring the radio for that, but we do have over an hour left on the schedule. I'm told, or at least I heard some discussion, that we can have the water until 5:30. So 4:30 now. So in my head, I figured that out. That was an hour. So we've got some time. As Dave will bring the Beacon Plumbing. Good-looking hydroplane. Dave has worked very, very hard on this boat. With that, our pit row goes quiet. At this particular moment, I'm going to step away from the microphone. Don't go away. We've got more boats to come out and make a second qualification run. Dave Villwock, his second one is in the books. Fast lap at 1:59. This is the 2021 HomeStreet Bank San Diego Bayfair.
All right, Brad Luce, I have Dave Villwock from the Beacon Plumbing. You know, you've been a busy bumblebee. You have been out on the water a lot today, testing out a lot of props and a lot of different setups. We were just talking about how the wind is starting to pick up out there on the course. Does that make a factor in this last run that you've done?
No, we were just trying to change things a little bit, just try to get a little bit of a competition set up there, and so boat ran good there, and yeah, it's getting a little breezy in the afternoon, but it always does here.
It does, but you know what, Dave, you've been down here a few times. You have a lot of records and a lot of speed records out here. What is your biggest goal in San Diego this weekend? Is it to be the fastest boat? Is it to be the top boat? One thing that you could say you're going to walk away from the Bayfair 2021 and say, this is what I wanted to do and this is what I achieved.
Well, I think everybody worked really hard. We changed a whole bunch of things in the last few weeks, and we came down here just trying to see if we could make any of it or all of it work, and it turns like just about everything we did worked. So, it's fun to be able to see a team work that hard and try to work on all little details to find a mile or two an hour here or there, and to be able to put the boat in and out of the water when we're given the chance. And we haven't had much chance to run the boat, so we tried to take advantage of today. And we didn't get a lot of time, but we got enough time to get it done.
Well, I know the team that you work for. I've been by that shop many a times. We've talked about that, and I know, Dave Villwock, you will do your best to reward your team. Tomorrow we start racing.
Yep. Well, that's what we're trying to do, trying to come up with a good race setup. And, it's a big thing for Taylor, the crew chief, Kelly and Sharon Stockland, to be able to be the top qualifier someplace. That's a big thing.
All right, well, we're going to let you get back up into the hauler, and you and Kelly can figure out if you're going to try and get back out on the water one more time, because, Brad, we've still got a lot of time out here on the water, so we're going to be seeing some more qualifying.
Race fans, you can get all the inside scoop by following the San Diego Bayfair on Facebook and on Twitter at SD_Bayfair. Also check us out on Instagram. Tag your posts with Bayfair. San Diego Bayfair would like to thank Ahern Rentals for their participation in this weekend's racing. Ahern Rentals is your first choice in equipment rental. Family owned for more than 50 years. Quality equipment and servicing all of Southern California. Bayfair would also like to give a big thank you and shout out to the San Diego Parks and Recreation Department. Please help them out this weekend and take good care of the Mission Bay Park, the finest aquatic park in the nation. San Diego Parks and Recreation make good things happen so we can all enjoy the park. Thank you, San Diego Parks and Recreation. Bayfair would also like to thank Janelle Engineering. They congratulate San Diego Bayfair and especially honors our military members for their service. At Janelle Engineering, they build, service, and repair and upgrade fuel facilities. Welcome race fans from Janelle Engineering. And Janelle Engineering, thank you from San Diego Bayfair. United Site Services is proud to once again partner with the San Diego Bayfair. One call to United Site Services does it all. Located throughout the United States, call us first at United Site Services. Race fans, back here atop the tower, we have action on the water again, still in our qualifying session. Away from the dock, Jamie Nielsen in the U11, the J&Ds, posted a qualifying speed of 152.142 in our first session. Jamie is back out on the water again, got it up and running, and he's coming down the front straightaway. They'll put him on a clock. Jamie Nielsen driving the 11, the J&Ds. Jamie's 152 in the previous session was the 5th fastest time. He is very close to Cory Peabody in the U9, who ran a 153.9. So we'll see what Jamie can do here in a second attempt. On San Diego's Mission Bay, the boat looks again very solid up the backstretch. Water conditions again are good, but there is a cross breeze coming across the race course as he heads up into this turn. Boat again, very, very smooth on the water. Scott Rainey, I was mentioning it this morning, he has worked so hard in the off season to get this piece ready to go. And they have come so far from where they were at the test session in the Tri-Cities in early June. First lap is in the books, looking to top a 153.143. 153.476, so he's up a little bit. He's upped it just short of a half a mile an hour. Jamie Nielsen. Lap 2 for Jamie Nielsen, top end of the race course. Good line through that upper corner. He's right on the buoy row. Comes off and will bring it down to put lap number 2 of 3 in the books. First lap, 153.476, which is an improvement over the first session. Monitoring the radio for the speed. Meanwhile, Jamie down at the bottom end of the race course. Long way down there at the I-5 corner. 153.272, so he backed it off just a tick, a tenth of a mile an hour. See if he can't push this thing up over 154. Cory Peabody is at 153.9. He needs about another half a mile to jump across Cory Peabody and the Pinnacle Peak Consulting, but right now it's all Jamie Nielsen, top end of the race course for the last time. Exit pin. He'll straighten it out and bring it down. Pick up a checkered flag for Scott and Shannon Rainey in the U11, the J&Ds. Good solid run for Jamie Nielsen. Looking for something north at least of 154 miles an hour. See what he's able to come with here. I wish you all could see this process up here that we go through. I have 2 scribes up here. Jean, you didn't know all this technical stuff went on up here, did you?
It's pretty high tech.
Got 2 scribes trying to write this down. Turn the lap. It's faster, but he didn't see the 154, but he's got 153.804. Cory Peabody still ahead of him at 153.967. But I think they will be happy with the fact they stepped in the right direction. They were able to increase all 3 laps over their top lap from the first qualifying session. So Jamie, bring the chartreuse and royal blue. So our next boat on the water, we believe, is going to be the Y3 1-liter, driven by Scott Schatz. They have put the boat in the water. The canopy lid is down. I don't know if Scott is aboard. I assume he probably is, and I think because we don't have, here he comes, because we don't have any other boat in the water, they're going to open the water up for Scott Schatz and allow him to come out and test the Y3 1-liter. I think fans of the National Football League have got to enjoy this particular hydroplane as it comes out with the powder blue and the gold lightning bolt on the cowling. So Scott enters the race course and will be coming down the front straightaway. Watching activity here in the pit area. Right now the J&D's is back to the dock in a late afternoon sun. So we watch Scott Schatz, the Y3, down at the bottom end of the race. Comes off the corner. He'll come up the backstretch. Don't know what is exactly the plan here. Well, we now have an answer to Scott Schatz and how long he wants to go out there and run the Y3. Not yet quite a lap, and he is back to the dock. But I would have to think that is a successful test. If you start the boat, it goes out under its own power, and it comes back the same way under its own power. So I've got a little trivia question for you here. This particular hydroplane, the U11, the J&Ds, and I'm speaking here with my able assistant here, Kay Brewer. Look down there at that beautiful boat in the water. And as you know, Jeff Ayler from Madison, Indiana, and myself always referred to this boat as the Chartreuse and Carnival Orange hydroplane. In fact, if you look at the J&D team shirts down there, they still wear the Chartreuse and the Carnival Orange. So the first part of the trivia question is very simple.
Well, you say that, Brad, but your book of knowledge for your idea of a simple